having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be taking a look at the first automatic watch I ever purchased. It's a white dial Seiko 5, but what sets it apart from many of the other Seikos and watches in general on the market is its unique dial. It has this honeycomb waffle pattern dial that I think just looks really good. And it's kind of what I look for in a lot of the watches that I do end up either, watching to get down the road or purchasing that I have in my collection now is a textured dial. I like the depth that it adds. I like how unique it is and how it stands apart from all of the other watches that are out there. And it's kind of what allows me to express myself in this hobby. I think that the main reason I favor that style is I was really into fashion for a period of time in my life. I still am to a degree, but I'm more into watches, and so that's kind of on the back burner. If it's, deciding between purchasing a new pair of shoes and buying a new watch, I'm going to buy a new watch 10 out of 10 times. When it comes to fashion, it's a lot of the same thing for me. When I was really into that, I wanted, premium materials and unique and cool designs and things of that nature. And my interest in those things kind of carried over when I started really looking at watches and I was considering building a collection. So yeah, that's where it started. This watch in particular, I found it while just browsing, I think Pinterest or some website or maybe even YouTube. There's a black dial version on a leather strap that I thought looked super, super cool. It's a little bit smaller than I originally thought it was. I guess the person that was wearing it had a really tiny wrist and mine's average size. So when I first got it, I thought this watch was way too small for me. It's a 37 millimeter watch. But after having it for about a month, I got more comfortable with the watch size. At the beginning of my watch journey, I was wearing the larger, like 45 millimeter size watches, and I felt that's what I needed to wear for the size wrist that I have. But come to find out, the longer you're in this hobby, the more familiar you get with all of the different watch sizes and what feels right to you. And so right now I'd say probably between 36 and 42 is what I typically go for. I do have larger watches. I have an Alpina C-Strong 300 diver. Love that watch. And so there are exceptions. I do allow, with every rule that I have in collecting, there are exceptions. And that's one of them that made it into the collection. If I were to pick another one that's a larger watch that I do want to get that's on my list, it would be the Panerai. I'm not 100% sure which one I would pick up yet. There's a couple of them that I do like, and so I got to research that a little bit better and pinpoint which one I look to pick up. So yeah, just a little bit about the watch. It's, like I mentioned earlier, 37 millimeters in its case size. The height on it is 11 millimeters. It has a 19 millimeter lug to lug, which is a little annoying, but at the end of the day, if the watch itself looks really good, I'm fine with that. It is a Seiko 5, so as most of you probably know, it has those standard characteristics. For those of you that may not know, the 5 key attributes of this watch are, number 1, it's automatic winding. Number 2, it has the day-date function. Number 3, it has a water resistance. 4, it has the crown recessed at the 4 o'clock position. And this last one, I've seen a little dispute about what it is, but as far as I can tell, that it's tough and durable, a rugged watch, both the case and bracelet. Mine, I took off the standard bracelet. A lot of people complain about the Seikos and their lower end models having really cheap bracelets, but I don't know if it's because I haven't had a really expensive watch with a really nice bracelet, but they've never bothered me. I have another older Seiko, and it has that really old, disgusting bracelet, but it works well for me. I like it, it's comfortable, and I have no problems with it at all. Also, this one right here, really old, inexpensive bracelet, but it works well for me. So yeah, just to touch on the features of the watch, a single pull of the crown will allow you to perform a date change. A double pull will allow you to set the time. If the crown is pushed in all of the way at its resting position, if you do a single press, it will change the day of the week. And yeah, I don't know how delicate that quick set function is, but I'd say give it a second rest in between switching days, so you don't jam up the mechanism inside. Maybe I'm just like lacking knowledge in that regard, and it's safe to just, you know, spam it, but I like to err on the side of caution if I'm not really too sure. This 7009 movement does not allow hacking or hand wind. When I first purchased the watch, that was one of the things that really annoyed me. I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to how particular I am about certain things, and so the fact that you couldn't set it to the second was something that really bothered me, and it took me a couple months actually to get over. Once I made it further into the watch collecting journey, it's something I became comfortable with. I don't need my watch to be super, you know, on the second, especially since, you know, it's a Seiko 5 that's like, I think I paid like $50, $40 for this watch. It's not a Rolex, it's not going to be chronometer grade, and so, you know, if I need a specific accurate to the second time, then I'll just set a timer on my phone, set a reminder. So yeah, this movement beats at 21,600 beats per hour. It has a 43-hour power reserve. For being a $40, $50 watch, I feel it performs very well. It looks great, and if you're looking to get in the watch collecting hobby, it's a good place to start. A watch like this or some of the other Seiko 5 models, pick one up that really, you know, captures you and draws you in, and give it a try. You know, if you don't like it, then you didn't spend that much on it anyways, and if you love it, then you have a watch that's great and you didn't spend that much on. And at the same time, if you wanted to sell it, there's a market out there for these watches. Seiko has a huge following, and so if you posted it somewhere, I'm pretty sure you could you know, recoup some of that cost. So yeah, the purpose of this video was just to share a little bit about myself and my watch collecting journey, and then also at the same time try to provide some useful information to you. So yeah, if you have any questions about Seiko 5s or this watch in general, just put them in the comments down below. I'll answer any questions you might have. I'm not super knowledgeable by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm looking into these watches and continuing with this hobby every day. And so if there's information that you aren't able to find that I am, I'll be sure to let you know. And at the same time, if you guys have extra information on this watch or others that I talk about on my channel that you want to share, then go ahead and put those in the comments, because that'll help me be a little bit more knowledgeable and learn about these watches, and help anyone else that's watching these videos to be more knowledgeable and informed about the watches that they have interest in. So yeah, get what you like, get what you love, and wear it proudly. I'll be working through the rest of my collection here in the near future. If you made it this far, please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be making many more of these in the future. I hope to make about 2 videos a week talking about the watches in my collection, watches I'm looking forward to purchasing, and various watch-related content. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. once I got into my watch collecting journaling, once I got into the watch once I was once I